You are now tuned in to Respectfully Speaking TV with Lennox Noel, where we serve real talk with a little shade. Respectfully, of course. Now let's get into it. So it looks like the rumors were true. Claressa Shields really did run up to New York to ambush Papoose and his friends at the casino. And in the process, she forgot her wigs, her makeup, her furs, and clearly all of her common sense because she went on the Hot and Bothered podcast attempting to pit two 50-year-old rappers against each other in a fight. Now, this was yet another poorly executed interview. And I'm not saying this because of Melissa, her team, setup, etc., etc. I'm saying this because this was yet another sit down where the host missed an opportunity to hold Claressa Shields' feet to the fire on a number of topics. So, there were no questions about this alleged impending divorce, no calling her out on her bullying and internet trolling of fighters, male or female. She didn't ask any questions about the diss track, her relationship with Pap's children, specifically his youngest child, or even a deep dive into why her popularity is on the decline. I think she did try there, but it's clear she was afraid to press. Now, notice that I did not say anything about when her relationship began with Papoose, because to be honest, I don't really care. My concern is less for the fact that she is in a relationship with someone who is still legally married and more for how loud, classless, and inappropriate she is about it. Because let's just be honest, if Remy Ma isn't concerned, then why should we be? Now, I'm not going to go through this entire video, so please head over to the Hot and Bothered channel for the full interview if you're interested. However, there were a few points that were made that I feel were very irresponsible and dangerous, and I want to address them. Now, let me preface my commentary by first saying this. I think that there is power in femininity and vulnerability, and even, yes, silence. When a real woman wants things done, she doesn't have to yell and scream, fight, and threaten. You simply express your disappointment and then you wait. Because a man that loves you will absolutely respond to your discontent. And the people that take issue with you will eventually disappear once they realize that they can't excite you. A woman that rests in her femininity is at her most powerful. Which brings me to Miss Claressa Shields. Everything about her energy is masculine, from the way she carries herself to how she speaks, and most certainly how she deals with conflict. Her answer to everything is to throw up her hands. You don't like my outfit? Let's fight. You got a problem with my relationship? Let's fight. You think I'm ugly? Let's fight. During the interview, she was asked about 50 Cent and the alleged lawsuit she has against him. But I won't continue. I'll let you hear it for yourself.
Go back to that, but I do have a question about 50. Would you drop the lawsuit if you could get in the ring with him?
I would drop it. I would drop it if he got in the ring with Pap. Pap will whoop 50 ass. Drop him. He beat the out of 50 Cent.
Pap has hands like that?
What?
I did not know.
Pap don't want to show y'all, but around find out. Pap can fight. And anybody who's from New York know that Pap can get down. Pap will whoop 50 Cent ass.
Wow.
And he know it too. And if you got a girl who you want to bring for me 50, you can bring whoever you want to bring.
Well, I mean,
call your celebrity friends. Call your little rap girlfriends. Tell them to come fight me.
I am really bothered that Melissa Ford did not call this out for the blatant messiness that it was. You see, Miss Ford, 50 Cent, Papoose, and even myself come from a time when some rap beefs actually ended in the unaliving of the participants. Her man wanted to handle this conflict on wax, and here she is instigating a physical altercation. She said that people from New York know how Pat gets down. No, ma'am, no, we don't. I am the same age as Remy's husband. I was born and raised in East New York, Brooklyn, and while I am probably one of few people familiar with his music, I have never heard about him in the streets. Now, I have heard about 50 Cent, though, and I am familiar with his boxing skills. Which, by the way, 50 must be busy because he hasn't batted an eye at this foolishness. But back to the issue at hand. This is dangerous language, ladies and gentlemen. Inserting yourself in men's business is one thing, but to insert yourself and then create an unsafe space for the man that you supposedly love is something else. Unfortunately, we live in a time where the value on human life is at an all-time low, and even more so for the lives of Black men. As we speak, you have drill rappers on this good internet unaliving young men over words. And while I am in no way caping for Black men because they have to have their own spirit of discernment, I am saying that as a Black man, you already have the pressures of the law and your neighbor on your shoulders. Do you also need to be concerned about the woman you lay next to inciting violence that you may or may not be able to come back from should it escalate? Men, can you imagine? You're with your wife, and then she starts a fight with the man in the street, and then tells said man that you are going to whoop his ass? This was reckless behavior, and definitely one of those moments where, Claressa Shields, if you didn't know what to say, you should have said nothing at all. Now, let's change course a bit. This is just another example of her antics killing any sort of potential opportunity. 50 Cent is a rapper turned entertainment mogul. And instead of trying to antagonize him and bait him into a fight, she should have done what Dr. Cheyenne Bryant did and reached out to him for business opportunities and connections. This immature, aggressive bully behavior is not befitting of the smart, business minded pretty mogul she claims to be. With everything said, this interview left me with just one question, and it actually is for Papoose. Are you embarrassed yet? How does it feel to be the unluckiest Black man in America? At the big age of 48, you have managed to attract the only girl that nobody in the barbershop wants. Like, seriously, you will never have to fight for her. She is all yours. This relationship has caused you reputational damage, and if you don't rein her in, it might cause you bodily harm. This girl is not a safe space to land. She is a liability. She took to a public stage to instigate a fight between you and a man who was pow-pow 9 times and lived. Papoose, honey, if you are not concerned, you should be. Anyway, folks, that's it for me. This is your girl, Lennox Noel, and until next time, bye.